Hello and Assalamu alaikum. This is Ali Abbas and I'm here with my new topic that is coordinate geometry. In coordinate geometry, we are going to discuss midpoint questions. So midpoint questions are having two types. First of the type in which we have to calculate the midpoint of any distance which is given. Say that there are 2 points P and Q like given in the question. M will be the midpoint of the given distance PQ. So this means that distance from P till M is same as the distance between Q and M. If P is taken as the first point, so the x coordinate of P will be x1 and the y coordinate will be taken as y1. Similarly, for Q point, if it is taken as the second point, so the x coordinate becomes x2 and the y coordinate becomes y2. So for midpoint, we can write it as x comma y. So how to find midpoint? So I'm usually, you can say, we have to take the average of the x coordinates of p and q. So we can write down the formula as x equals to x1 plus x2 divided by 2. So for the y coordinate of the midpoint, we can write down the formula as y1 plus y2 divided by 2. This is the average of the y coordinates of point P and point Q. So for you can say finding the values of these two things x and y, we have to simply you can say put the values of x1, y1, x2 and y2. So what is x1? X1 is the x coordinate that is -3. So this is x1, this is y1, this is x2 and this is y2. So the x coordinate is -3. So we can write down as -3. What is y x2? X2 is 5 whole divided by 2. So -3 plus 5 gives us +2. So 2 by 2 gives the answer 1. So 1 is the answer for the x coordinate of the midpoint. So for finding the y coordinate, simply put these values y1 that is 4 and y2 that is 1. So divide by 2 means average of the y coordinates. So 4 plus 1 is 5. 5 by 2 gives the result 2.5. So these are the answers for the midpoint. Simply write down these values in the answer. If any of the answer is incorrect, you will get nothing out of it because you can say mark scheme gives us, you can say the correct answer only. This means that if if the question is having just 1 mark, if anything is wrong in the answer, that means that you will get nothing out of it. This is the very first type of the question. So we are going to the second type of question. So in the second type of the question, the point M, which is the midpoint, which is given. So we can simply plot this thing as P and you can say Q. So M in this case is given. So M coordinates are x comma y and P is x1, y1 and Q is x2, y2. So how to find the values of the coordinates of Q point? So for doing this, we can simply write down that formula again, like x equals to x1 plus x2 means averages of the x coordinates for the midpoint to be found, and for you can say y, averages of the y coordinates. But in this case, the values of x and y are given, so we have to replace the value of x with 0 and value of y with 4. So P is first point. So the x coordinate is x1, y coordinate is y1. Replace x1 with -3. So -3 plus x2 we have to calculate. Divide by 2. What is x? X in this case is given, which is 0. So cross multiply 2 times 0 is 0. 0 equals to -3 plus x2. Bring that 3 onto the other side, it becomes positive. So +3 equals to x2. This is the x coordinate for point Q. So similarly, we have to do the same thing for finding the y coordinate for point Q. So simply replace y with 4, which is the y coordinate of midpoint. What is y1? Y1 in this case is given as 10 plus y2 we have to calculate divided by 2. So cross multiply 2 times 4 is 8. 8 equals to 10 plus y2. So bring that 10 onto the side, so it becomes 8 minus 10 equals to y2. 8 minus 10 is actually negative 2, which is equals to y2. So this is basically the y coordinate for point Q. So we have to write down these coordinates in this section. So that will be answer x2 is 3 and y2 is negative 2. So this is a second type of the question. This type of question can be done with some other method as well. So how to find? So actually, there is one simple and easy way for doing this. Simply subtract the x coordinate from the midpoint. So subtraction means 0 minus and the one value other is negative as well. 0 minus minus 3 gives us positive 3. So this is basically, you can say, we're dealing with x coordinates. Okay, we're dealing with x coordinates. So if you have found the difference between the midpoint and the first point, so actually this is 3. So simply add this number, which is found here, means difference, add into the x coordinate for that midpoint. Means we have to add that 3 into the midpoint. So it becomes 0 plus 3, which is 3. So this is x coordinate for point Q. So this is quite easy thing. So which gives, you can say, which can be done in very few seconds. So for the y coordinate, subtract, you can say y coordinate, you can say of point P from y coordinate of point M. So 4 minus 10. 4 minus 10 gives the result negative 6. So this negative 6 will be added into that 4. So it becomes 4 minus 6, which gives the result negative 2. So you can simply look at your results 3 and minus 2, and we have found with this method as well. So this is all from today's video. So if you have any queries, write down in the comment section. Write in your feedback as well. If you have any questions that you can say you feel that are difficult from the past papers, do, you can say, write down in the comment section. Kindly subscribe my channel